looking at Philly, like Paul George would be talking when you get that view, how does that obviously change what they do as a team?
I mean, obviously everyone knows the caliber of player PG is, so adding someone of that level makes you a better team. Changes the scout a little bit. You got to be ready for it, and changes their dynamics. So so we're just gonna have to be ready for it. And just be locked in. It's another good weapon that they're adding, and someone who can go off at any given moment. So we just got to be prepared.
Over the years, what's made him such a tough cover?
I mean, just his skill set. He can score at all three levels. He can get hot quick. He's 6'8". So it's like he's a tough cover. He's a tough matchup. And he's a problem for defenses for sure.
One other thing I had was, I noticed in the last game you came out after like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out the substitution problem. I know y'all not going to give it to me. But the question is, how do you deal with maybe you've been out there just 5 and coming right out?
Yeah. Just honestly, whatever is asked of me. If I'm asked to play the whole quarter, give them my all the whole quarter. If I'm asked to play, 3-4 minutes, then I'm gonna give my all 3-4 minutes and do what I'm supposed to do. I can't worry about rotations, things like that. I also think it's early, so we're still trying to figure it out. We're still integrating guys. We're still figuring out lineups and stuff like that. So it's gonna be fluid, especially early on. So for me and for us, it's not our job to really focus on that. It's our job that when we're out there just to do what we're asked to do and produce.
For you, just saying it's fluid, but what's the key to balancing, creating for yourself, but then also others?
Yeah, just trying to figure it out. Just trying to, kind of master that balance, right? When to be aggressive for myself, when to, get others going, when to set up guys, when to push the pace, when to slow things down. It's all a game of chess at the end of the day, and so just naturally trying to maneuver that and figure it out. And that's another situation that's going to be fluid. It's going to be there's going to be better times. There's going to be times where you got to go back and look and see how I can be better managing the game. But we're getting more comfortable with it day in and day out, and I expect that to continue to grow.
You've been on a team that's been desperate for wins and coming into a team home arena that is pretty hot. So what is it like when you see Philly and they're basically in their situation, and then now they're basically, you guys are trying to keep your foot on the pedal like you weren't in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I mean they're a team that they haven't been at full strength all year. So you understand they're still trying to get acclimated to one another. PG obviously is new, so his first game back, they're trying to integrate him as well. And for us, we just have to approach it as another game that we're trying to improve, we're trying to get better, we're trying to handle our business. So, you go out and you want to be 1-0 on the day. You can't, worry about what their record is, you can't worry about what our record is. They're coming in trying to compete, trying to get a good win on the road, and for us, we're trying to defend the home court.
Not to let you guys off the hook, when you're at 26 in the fourth quarter, against a team that might be rebuilding, how hard is it to keep your foot on the gas?
We had a kind of it's natural to let up a little bit, but that's where you gotta, I think just grow, be a little bit more mature as a team, and understand what we're working towards. And that game could have been lost just by kind of messing around with the game. So something that we can learn from and hopefully not let happen again.
Is that a credit to their defense basically, or just basically complacency, which he's not telling yourselves, we're up 26 and try to go up 36 and we try to go up 46?
Just not taking your foot off the gas, understanding that they're not going to take their foot off the gas either. So just continue to play, trying to put a full 48 together. We don't feel like we've done that yet to date, so we're still working and striving towards that, and still got room for improvement.
away with being organized and be more freelance if you have scores like AG?
That's a good question. You might be able to get away with more of it than your typical team, just because they can probably bail you out of some tough situations just with how well they score the ball. But at the same time, the more organized kind of we are, the more we can put them in better positions, to give them space to just put the ball in the basket, the better. So to answer your question, you probably can get away with it a little bit more, but we don't also want to rely on that or put too much pressure on them to bail us out of tough situations.
And being the point guard, what are your conversations like with
Yeah, just getting on the same page, just trying to understand exactly where he's at, from an organization standpoint, what he's looking for, time and score, things of that nature. So just trying to be an extension of him on the court, and that's always going to be an open discussion, just trying to continue to understand where he's at mentally.
Tyus, I know it's super early, but kind of chemistry-wise, vibe-wise, where do you feel like things are at right now with this group?
I think good and continue to get better. It's still extremely early. I know a lot of this group was here last year, but there's also some new pieces and new coaching staff, new systems. So we're still a long ways away from I think where we want to be, and that's the exciting part for us. So we're still working, trying to improve, take steps forward each and every day. But the chemistry is great. The energy around the gym is really good, and the energy in the locker room is really good. So that's a positive, and we're excited to show up for work each and every night.
Tyus, with college basketball being back, what are your expectations for Duke this year?
To win it all. Simple.
JJ Redick told a pretty funny story last week about Devin. He actually had Devin on his first podcast.
Yeah.
And Devin took like 45 minutes to help arrange the lights and the background and everything. He said he thought that said a lot about Devin.
Yeah.
Just in your time around Devin.
Yeah.
Do you think that preparation kind of bleeds over to basketball?
Yeah, definitely. He's particular about his craft. He's particular about his work. He shows up every day, ready to work and get better. He's detail oriented. He likes to talk through what he's seeing, whether it's in film, whether it's on the court. And so that's not just basketball, but you can tell that's the type of person he is. And so it goes hand in hand, and it's why he's great.
The applesauce package is part of your new pregame ritual?
Say that again?
Yeah, you started the applesauce package part of your new pregame ritual?
It actually has been this year. So yeah, I can blame both my little ones for that, because a lot of applesauce packages at the house, so it just becomes normal. Thank you.